If you have a few moments, then can you please study with me the concept of free will when it comes to following God? Because this is the second most important thing that we learn about when it comes to drawing to God. The reason this concept is so important is because you have the will to do anything that you really want in your own eyes and desires. You could even scroll from this video right now. But if so, you decide to stay because you want to study this concept with me. Well, I want us to get into it whenever we read the verse from Joshua 24, verse 15, in which it says, "And if it seems evil to you to serve the Lord, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods of which your fathers served that were on the other side of the river, or the gods of the Amorites in the land who you dwell in. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Now, this should open something in your mindset, because as you read that verse, it seems that we understand we have the choice, which he gives us this verse from Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19, in which it says, "I call heaven and earth as witnesses today against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, that both you and your descendants may live." Now, understand that we do have free will, and people often blame God, calling him evil, calling him that he is the one who does not show love. But that can't be true, because if we didn't have free will, and if we were just forced to love him, do you think that's love at all? No. Our evil comes from us, and he has given us this free will and warned us against that. Our blood is upon ourselves, but we never heeded to those words, and instead we have only sprung death from our doings of free will. And this is where we get to the third point, where we understand that through free will, we seem to choose God. And whenever we do so, we got to understand that our choices that we make are going to influence those around us. After all, we are representing God's light. So as we choose him and we want to surrender to him, we read this verse in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 24, in which it says, "And a servant of the Lord must not quarrel, but be gentle to all, able to teach and be patient." As well, that we follow God, we should be able to have these attributes to lead others to know what it means to follow him as well. But remember this, it will take a lot to follow God, because it won't be easy. As Jesus said, "Not my will, Father, but yours be done." You got to remember that it took a sacrifice, and we will also have to make sacrifices. In the same way those disciples were truly killed and died horrible ways, all because they proclaimed that he rose up again. So here's your conclusion for today. When you choose God, you will realize that from Hebrews chapter 5, verse 9 says, "Having been perfected, he became the author of eternal salvation to all who obey him," to all who want to surrender to him, to all who want to be connected and to stay towards God. As the same way God's word is the lamp to our feet and the guidance of our path, we got to hold his word close to our heart at all times, in the same way people did with the lantern. Always remember that God is with you, and he will never deny a heart that is genuinely trying to seek him, that is genuinely coming to him. Because remember, in the same way we need the air to survive, we need a God to sustain us, and not just any God, but the word and the true and holy God who came to earth and died for you, so that it is made possible through him in all things. Let your free will choose life.